Welcome to the Home Education with Ease podcast. I'm your host, Christine Furman, a homeschool mom, entrepreneur, and educator with over 20 years of experience in the areas of elementary and special education. It's my mission to help you create lifelong learners and embrace a holistic approach to education at home. I'll be sharing practical strategies, inspiration, and resources to support your family. Whether you're a stay-at-home mom, a business owner, or balancing work and homeschool, you're in the right place to connect with a community that values education just as much as you do. Join us each week as we ditch the stress, embrace the joy of learning, and set your family up for a lifetime of success. Hello, friend. Welcome back to the Home Education with Ease podcast. I'm your host, Christine Furman, your home education expert. Well, welcome back to our holiday mini-series. We are in the month of December and we are reflecting back on the year and embracing the chaos that December can bring. Well, we talked a few episodes, last episode and a few episodes ago, about choosing peace over that chaos for the month of December, right? Prioritizing what matters most to your family. Are there things that you can let go of? Do you have to go to every event that you are invited to, every holiday party? Or are there some things that you can take off your calendar and say, you know what? I'm going to sit in front of the fire, snuggle up with my family, and watch a holiday movie with some popcorn and hot cocoa. And that is a wonderful night and memories being made, right? Is that something that you can do? Are there things on your calendar that you can take off and say, you know what? I choose to spend time at home with my family, or we're going to go to do these holiday parties and we choose to do those. Which one may be more inviting to you than the other? Maybe you really get energized by going to the holiday parties and you're like, yes, that's really what I need. Or maybe you do need that quiet time. I don't know. The older that I get, I'm like, give me the quietness of our home, the coziness of our couch, and my family right there with me. And I just call that a perfect night for me. That is for sure. So what does that look like for your family? How are we letting go of the shoulds, right? Well, we should do this. We've always done this, so we have to do this, right? And those Pinterest perfect expectations. Well, it's got to look this certain way because this is the way that someone else does it, right? We are in a time and an age of social media where we can constantly see and compare to other people all the time. And that goes for everything. How we're raising our children, how we're parenting, how we are living our life, how our house looks, how our bodies look, what food we're eating, right? So many expectations. What matters most for your family? What is a good fit for your family? So how can we let go of those things? We've talked about all of these things, right? Being intentional with our time, our finances, all of those things in this busy month of go, 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 spend, spend, spend. Make sure you have enough gifts. Make sure you're doing all the things, right? And also deciding which traditions bring you peace and joy. And which traditions are you like, you know what? I don't want to do that anymore. So let's not do that, right? So those are some things that we've been talking about. Today, I am going to share some real moments that are definitely not Pinterest worthy. So yes, I do enjoy that quietness, that peacefulness, right? Of saying, you know what, I'm not going to do all the things. But sometimes our schedules fill up. I'll give you this weekend for example. So we had a homeschool Christmas party at my house that I hosted, which I love hosting. I love having people in my home. I love doing all the things, going above and beyond. We had a brunch, so we made pancakes and cinnamon rolls, and we had bacon and sausage and egg bake and bagels. I mean, seriously, it's so much food, and it was so good, and fruit and hot chocolate, all the things. And we had a great time, but that was a lot of prep work, which I love doing, right? And hosting and having everyone in my home. Love it. Then my husband and I decided that we were having a holiday party for our friends and our neighbors. So that is actually it's this evening, right? So this is Friday, so that I'm recording. So we had the Christmas party yesterday. We're having the holiday party today. Tomorrow we are doing our own Christmas here. The Furman Christmas is what we've called it because we travel from Georgia to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to do our Christmases with our families. So my kids and I and my husband, we have, since we've moved, have done Christmas here in Georgia, especially bigger gifts for my kids, right? I wasn't going to be able to take scooters or bicycles or, whatever the big gift it was for the year. I wasn't taking that with me to Pittsburgh, then having to bring that back, right? So we kind of have started this tradition of 2 Christmases, one in Pittsburgh and one in Georgia. And the one in Georgia is it's just the 4 of us, and it's so special. And we make cinnamon rolls and we snuggle up when we watch a movie. We open our gifts in the morning. And for tomorrow, we're doing that. Plus, we're going to get family pictures. But the kids are so looking forward to it as like a family day. They're like, oh, I can't wait for our family day, whatever that looks like, And I blocked off the calendar. Nothing else is happening except for time with my family. And so they're super excited about that. But that's another thing going on this weekend. And then on Sunday, there is a holiday parade, a Christmas parade that I have afloat for EduPlay Learning. And we still have some prep work to do for that. So in amongst getting ready for these events and our Christmas, wrapping gifts, all the things, we also have a parade that we're getting ready for and making sure that we have everything we need for that. So as I said, yes, sometimes there are ways that we can pull things off of our calendar and say, you know what? No, I don't have to do that. But then sometimes our schedule is full like this, right? A weekend full. And we chose to do this, okay? We chose to host a Christmas party. We chose to host a holiday party, have our Christmas and then family pictures in the parade. The parade was the only thing that was set that I didn't choose to do, right? So we chose to stack our weekend, and it has definitely been a busier weekend, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. So keep in mind with that, like, where are those pockets of time that are slower and you can rest and recharge? Because I did that yesterday afternoon. I had to just take a little nap and recharge myself so then that way I could get myself going again for the next things that I had to do. I tutored last night. I started doing some parade prep and spending time with my kiddos and my husband. So here's the funny part about all of this, all the Pinterest-worthy not happening in my home, okay? So the holiday party that I spoke about that we're having, it's actually this evening as I'm recording. I knew that Saturday we were going to do our Christmas, right? So that's the day that I set aside for that. So this holiday party was on Friday night. So every time that I talked about it with someone, I said, I can't wait to see you on Friday. Well, it wasn't until Wednesday that a friend messaged me and said, you keep saying, I can't wait to see you on Friday, but your invitation says the party's on Saturday. And I was like, oh no. I was like, no. The party is definitely on Friday because I have plans on Saturday. I wouldn't even be here for the party because we have family pictures. So I had to frantically then message everyone and say, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. And guys, here's the thing. It didn't say the wrong date one time. It said it twice. It said it on the actual invitation, and then it said it in like the text below. And I put the wrong date 2 separate times. And I even remember going back and checking and saying, yeah, this is on Friday. Nope. It wasn't. So I don't know if you've ever done that, guys. I don't even think that's the first time that that's happened to me. I really think that I have done that before for one of my kids' birthday parties. I don't know why. I mean, I have 1,000 calendars around me at all times. I've got a desk calendar. I've got a planner. I've got my phone. I've got the calendar on my computer. I mean, there are calendars everywhere, and I totally put the wrong date. So I had to send out these last minute texts. And fortunately, everyone that was already coming to the Saturday party that was not happening, they were actually able to come to the Friday party. And that just makes me so happy that it still just works out. So we are prepping and getting ready for that and excited to spend the evening with our close friends and neighbors to just have a good time. Just, holiday cheer. I made some cookies with the kids today and just some yummy food and hot chocolate and apple cider and the Christmas tree. We have some games that we could play, some activities for the kids. Nothing serious, just a good time to hang out with friends. So I'm very, very excited for that. But these things happen, right? So we have to just kind of roll with those punches, right? I just had to laugh. And I just said, guys, I don't know what I was even thinking. I don't even know what happened, but I told you the wrong date. And everyone just kind of rolled with it. And they're like, we all do it. December's a busy time of month and this happens. And I was like, yes, it does. So that was the first, kind of like craziness of this week even. The other thing was I was wrapping gifts for the little homeschool Christmas party that we had for the moms. And I went to go get Christmas bags. Okay. Now I need to ask all of you, do you have a tote or bags that you have received, right? Like gift bags. This is what I'm thinking. Like bags that you put, tissue paper in and everything, and you gift them. But do you have totes that have bags that you have received and you just put them back in your tote and you're like, okay, I can use this again. It's in good condition, right? If it's ripped or if it falls apart, then we throw it away, right? But I keep those bags, okay? So I have a whole bag or a whole tote full of bags and boxes for Christmas, just Christmas ones, okay? Well, for whatever reason, this summer, we have our Christmas stuff and it goes in like underneath our house. So there's like a workshop, we call it, but it's like our unfinished basement, but it's like dirt walls or dirt floor, right? So we're in the process. My hubby has a whole plan to redo that and put cement. So there is some cement there, right? So we're able to put the Christmas decorations. My husband has like his workbench down there, different things like that, right? So we put our Christmas decorations down there. Well, this year it must have got more moist than other years in the past because I opened that bin with the bags and the boxes and oh my goodness, it stinks. So I was like, I can't use any of these bags and boxes. I was like, all right, I guess this year's the year I throw all of those away because I just keep accumulating them, right? I use a few. I probably would go, this is what I would do. I would go the day after Christmas with my mom and we would go shopping for Christmas things that were on sale, half off, 75% off, right? So I would get boxes, I would get bags. Now this is in addition to the bags that I've received, right? And I saved those for, to re-gift. But now I just have to get rid of them. They just stink so bad. And I was like, all right, I can't gift that to someone, right? So here I am the night before, and I'm here. Here's just to add to the icing on the cake, right? So I have all these things to do to get ready for my little holiday party that I'm having in the morning, right? It's a brunch. So I've got breakfast to make, cinnamon rolls, an egg bake, all these things. And I had the great idea to get on the phone with my best friend since kindergarten, and we talked for hours. So here I am supposed to be getting ready for this party. And I'm like, yeah, I can talk to you while I'm getting ready. That did not happen. That was definitely, I was working a lot slower than I should have been. So I'm on the phone with her as I'm looking for these bags, right? So then I'm like, okay, I can't use the Christmas ones. What am I going to do? Well, I have a tote of bags and boxes in my closet that I have all occasion. So I want to know, do you have just Christmas bags and boxes? Do you have all occasion bags and boxes? Are they together or are they separate? So luckily, I did have mine separate, and there were a few Christmas bags in there. Okay, a few. Not enough for what I needed. Okay. So as I'm like going through them, I was like, why do I have a Happy Easter gift bag? Like, why do I even have this, right? Why do I have a gift bag that has frogs all over it? Or I don't know, I had some crazy gift bags in there. Now, I did teach, so I guess I probably got them during that time when I was teaching, which then, guys, these bags are old. I mean, I haven't taught since Alex was 2 and he'll be 9. So these bags are at least 7 years old, probably closer to 10 years old, okay? As I'm going through these bags, I find all of these baby shower bags. Again, about 10 years old, 10 to 9 years old now. Alex will be 9. Ella will be 11, actually. So I'm like going through these, and I was like, there are 4 baby shower bags that are the same size. 2 of them were exactly the same, and then 2 of them were similar. And I was like, this is what I'm wrapping my friends' Christmas gifts in. So that's what they got. They got baby shower bags with their Christmas gifts this year, because I was like, well, I didn't have any Christmas bags, and I have these baby shower bags that I'm not going to use, because let's be honest, I have this box of bags, and most of the time I'm rushing to go pick out a gift, and I have to just buy a bag there with me at the store so I can just put it together on my way to the shower or event, right? Let's be honest, that happens probably at least 8 times out of 10, if not 9 times out of 10, okay? So all these boxes of bags, right? All right, so I want to know, do you have these totes or bags that you guys use? So that's the other thing. Definitely not Pinterest worthy there, okay? I definitely gave my friends a Christmas gift in a baby shower bag. Of course they asked, is there an announcement that needs to be made? And no announcement, even though I have mixed feelings about that, right? Well, could we have an announcement, or are we good with a 9 and 10-year-old, So that's another story though. And then let's talk about some other real things that happen that are not Pinterest worthy, right? One year, I thought I was ahead of the game. I thought, yes, I am on it. I wrapped all the gifts. They're all in a bag. They're so cute. They're ready to go for when we go to Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh from Georgia is a 12-hour drive, so it's an entire day drive, okay? We load everything up. Now, we still have to be a little secretive at this point because the kids were still much younger. So I was still trying to hide the gifts at that time. And we load everything up. We're ready to go. I would probably say about an hour in, maybe an hour and a half, I said, oh no, I forgot the Christmas gifts for the kids specifically. We may have had other gifts for other people, but specifically for our kids, I forgot their gifts. And that year, I bought them each those like Amazon tablets. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like those were their big gifts that were coming with us to Pittsburgh that they were going to open. So then I have to start scrambling. And I say, okay, well, there's 2 options, right? I could have someone come into my house and then ship these gifts to me. And I was like, that's silly. No, we're not going to do that. So then I just reordered them, and I had to kind of, rush around that year to find these gifts, the tablets, and make sure they had them in the cases and, try to get a few other gifts, because even though I was on top of it that year, I still ended up rushing around and having to, get the gifts in Pittsburgh anyway. So I'm telling you guys, definitely not Pinterest worthy back here, right? This is as real as it gets, right? We may compare to other people when we're watching people's social media. Oh, they got it all together. Look at their perfect family. Look at these beautiful Christmas pictures, and look at them at the Christmas farm tree, getting their tree. But we don't really know what's happening, right? Maybe moments before those Christmas pictures, everyone was upset with each other because no one wanted to get ready for Christmas pictures. Has that ever happened? I know it's happened on our way to church before, right? Hurry up, everyone out the door. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And then we get to church like everything's fine and dandy when it's like, we just ran a marathon trying to get out of the house, trying to make sure everyone was ready, breakfast, all these things, right? This is real. This is really what's happening in homes, I think, definitely here. So I would love to know if some of these things relate to you. Let us know in the Home Education with Ease Facebook group, right? Going to the Christmas tree farm. Oh, it looks beautiful, but is it always, right? The pictures. I know that I have a Christmas picture that I have a friend that said to me, oh, look at you, the perfect little family. And in that Christmas picture, I was doing everything I could to hold it together. There were some situations that were happening. And yes, while that picture that was posted, that I, framed, that, oh, this is the beautiful Furman family. No, there was hurt. There were things that were happening that no one knew about. And sometimes we just have to be gracious with others because I truly believe we never know what someone's going through. And we just have to be kind to everyone because even if they're showing a smile, have a smile on their face, that may not be what's really happening. So just keep that in mind this holiday season. I really have tried not to keep up with anyone else, right? The most important thing to me is my family, my husband, my 2 children. Those are the people that I need to make sure that we have peace in our heart. So I encourage you to think about this year, to think about that this year. What is the most meaningful thing to you? I'm going to wrap up with this one last story. I remember the year that I was pregnant with Alex, my sister was pregnant with my nephew, and we both had toddlers at the time. And we were I was still living in Pittsburgh at the time, and she was out of town. So she was traveling in and she would stay at my parents'. Now we both travel in and we all stay at my parents'. So talk about, a full house at that point. Which will be this holiday as well. So, which is a blessing. It truly is a blessing. But that year we lived in Pittsburgh and she was in town and I had already packed up our things to go home, to go to our house. And Ella wanted to play with a toy that my nephew got. And it turned into a big argument. Now you've got pregnancy hormones raging for both of us, not just one, for both of us. We both have toddlers at the time, and you have the holidays, which is magnifying everything. It was definitely not a pleasant evening, and there was definitely tension. So, we have to also think about that. Like, it may look good from the outside, but the family dynamics, the situations, things that happen, it may be a challenging time. And this sticks out with me. This past week, our pastor was talking about, I don't think that we talk about this enough, that Christmas, it seems all happy and joyful, but that's not the case for some people. Some people it's hurtful and it's painful because they've lost loved ones or situations are not ideal. There's no family. You're not able to purchase the items that you want for your children, whatever the situations may be. And I think that is so real of no one talks about that. The Christmas songs that you listen to, they're not talking about that. And what our pastor said was, at Christmas time, everything amplifies. If you're joyful and peaceful, that could be amplified and be like, yes, we're good. We're happy. We're ready to go. This is the best time of the year. But if you're not, if it's a hard time, a hard season, that's all amplified too. And when he said that, I was like, oh, that's so good. And I've got to share that. Because if that's you, I want you to know that you're not alone. And I want you to know that if you need a friend, If you need someone in your corner, I'm here. I'm here for you. Join the Home Education with Ease Facebook group. Let me know. Send me a message. Say, hey, I could just use some prayers. I could use a kind word. I can use some encouragement, some support. And I got you. And if that's not you, if everything is joyful and happy and peaceful, I'm so happy for you. And I still want you to join the Home Education with Ease Facebook group as well. And let me know, what is the most wonderful part of this year for you, of this season? Because I'm here for you too, and you're not alone either. So the community of Home Education with Ease is truly for all families, all situations, all dynamics, homeschool, public school, toddlers, stay-at-home moms, single moms, military families. I literally am here for all of those. There's never any judgment. There's just love and encouragement and support. So if you find yourself ever needing any of those, please feel free to reach out, join the Facebook group, send me a message, send me an email, get in contact with me in any way that you can. And if you're looking for more community like that, I encourage you to join the Home Education with Ease collective, where we're coming together. Families are coming together to offer support for each other, lift each other up and say, you know what? This is the situation I'm in right now. What do I do? Because you never know the situation that you might be going through. Someone could have went through it a few months ago and they found some solutions and some strategies to help pull them through. And that's what I'm all about. I'm all about bringing families together to say, hey, I've been in this situation. I now can help this family to be able to come out of that situation, or to be able to share strategies or pray for each other. So in 2026, we will be relaunching the Home Education with Ease collective. Stay tuned. If you are interested, there is a form in the show notes that you can fill out, or you can send me a private message and say, I want more of that. I want to have that connection. I want to know how to educate my kids at home. I want all the things. I want to be able to build a community. Well, if that's you, I would love to have you. Well, thank you guys so much. I am wishing you the best holiday season, and I want to hear your not so Pinterest worthy moments. What are some of the things that have been happening this season that you're like, oh, that is some real stuff, real moments that are definitely, not what we expected, right? I want to hear them. So I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday and a wonderful week. Talk to you soon. Thank you for tuning in to the Home Education with Ease podcast. I hope today's episode left you feeling empowered and ready to take the next steps on your home education journey. Your support means the world to me. Please subscribe, leave a review, and share with a friend. For even more resources, be sure to join the free Facebook group, Home Education with Ease, and visit eduplaylearning.com to explore our programs and subscription kits. You can find the links and any other links mentioned in this episode in the show notes below. Remember, you're not alone. This community is here to support you every step of the way.